Welcome to Trap House Cuts. It's your boy, So South, back again with another tutorial. Today we're doing a taper fade with the Afro. Right here, I'm balding out or setting my guideline for where I want my taper to sit. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my 1.5 guard and get my teapot placed. I'm going to get this first guideline set away. You know, I can't lay the clipper flat. I always cut it at an angle because I never know someone's texture or if the hair is actually thinner, you know, after I cut it. So I always try to measure. Never go too deep, too fast. Check your depth. Next, I grab my 1/2 guard and I begin working on this bottom line. I have my lever all the way open. Like I said, don't go too deep, too fast. Always take your time so you can measure the hair. You know, fades are really about texture and blend, and you want to soften your blends, you know, and you do that by texturizing the hair. And the way I texturize hair is I like to go clipper over comb, you know. I go clipper over comb. I make it a little softer around the edges. Cause I'm gonna try to curve this. It's not necessarily gonna be a curve, but it's like, you know, I'm working in a circular motion, so I just don't want to lay too flat. Okay, so I go back and I blend in my sideburn to match the color of the taper. You know, then I go in, blade open, and I do the rest of my blending to knock the rest out these guidelines. As you see, I need to get inside the texture of the hairline. It still had those ridges. You can see the ridges on the side right there. But I go in, knock out that bottom line. Like I said, you don't necessarily have to go all the way in. Don't go all the way in. If you do go all the way in, just make sure you know how to pull all the way out too. Like I said, the texturizing part is softer. You got, all clients don't need this technique right here, but when you do use it, you know the blend's gonna lay right in. You know what I mean? Now, on this particular taper style, it is a mid taper, but I like it to be a lot more wider than with it, especially because the depth of the Afro. Now you see the Afro, I gotta have the depth, you know what I'm saying, of the taper to stand out. Now, but here we are on top of the hairline, and I chose a 1 guard and I pushed down with the grain. Don't want to go too deep or too flat right there, because when the hair is too low, it doesn't match the side once you go back and get ready to do your lineup. All right, I threw a little shaving cream on there. This is Noxzema right here. I put the shaving cream behind it. I like to double up, you know what I'm saying? I hit them with a hot towel. I like to get the skin nice, clean, oil-free, dirt-free. So I throw a little nice steamy towel on there. You see me making the faces. It sting a little bit, but it ain't hurting them. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna clean them up, wipe that thing down. Gonna get ready to pull this towel off. You know what I'm saying? I be on it. You know, we're gonna get real thorough. I wanna get all the cream off and get on my client's nerves at the same time. We got them nice and right though. Nice and right. You know what I'm saying? Get all the extra wild hairs off. Anything left over, put my boy in the game. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna start on this lineup. I really don't have a good angle right here, but this is the left rear C cup right over the ear. You know what I'm saying? I tap my way through there. Never want to lay my clippers directly to the skin, you know, especially in the curves. Kind of keep my blade sharp, not too sharp it's gonna catch the skin, but I don't like risking the corners digging into the skin. You know, that irritates the skin as well. Get all the excess hair behind the neck, the real fine hairs. Always double check your work. And here we're gonna do the other side. I really got a good shot on this side. You know what I'm saying? So we'll go ahead and line this up real quick. You know, always start right behind the ear. Like I said, you know, we're working at a really nice curve right here. So, you know, make sure everything is done at an angle. Got this line nice and tight, you know, make that taper still stand out. Like I said, do you see the deepness of the fade? This is why I always fade wide, because you get to see the deepness of the fade, the actual texture of the fade. Now, I know a lot of cats, they do the line up and don't know how to line up on the natural line. You know what I'm saying? I try to keep my line up natural as possible. So once I go back and do my extra magic on the line's gonna stand out in the most natural spot. You know what I'm saying? When you do like professional pushbacks or pushback lineups, yeah, they look good when you need a pushback. If it doesn't need a pushback, then just stay on a natural line. All right, so right here we in that C cup. We'll hop on that sideburn real quick. We'll get that extra sharp. Once again, like I said, do you see the deepness of the fade? This is why I fade wide, so you can see every detail of my fade. All right, all the textures, it just flows. It just flows. Once again, you got to know how to deal with different hair textures, you know? All right, so right here, we're going to hop on this other side of this lineup. I start in the middle. I'll work my way all the way to the corner. Same process every time. Like I said, it varies when you got different head shapes and whatnot, but it's pretty much, I think the hardest thing about the lineup is when you have to line up cowlicks, yo. Like, I do a lot of cowlicks, you know what I mean? And that's just the nature of my business. Right here, we're gonna slide on into this C cup right here. You know what I'm saying? We're on the other side of this fade, and you can see the deepness of the fade once again. You know, I said, make sure you add that depth. Don't go too deep too fast, but if you know what you're doing, then you can handle that real quick. But, you know, also when you're doing lineups, check your vertical bars to make sure your line's even. You know, also your points too. I mean, like, if one of your points is higher than the other, the entire line looks off. So always try to, you know, make sure everything's nice and even, and measure your sides while you're cutting. Right here, we're doing that straight razor. I'm going against the grain right here. I need this line to be extra sharp. Can't really go with the grain right there, but to get that how I want it. All right, so I'm gonna dust off that excess hair and whatnot. I'll start on this top line. And I'm looking for a precise way to catch the skin. When you're sliding blades, you don't want to catch the skin. You know what I'm saying? You can always and easily cut somebody, especially when you're going with the grain. All right, here I am slowly razoring in on the C cup, you know, tapping lightly. Once again, like we discussed in our last tutorial, you got to practice skin temperament. So that just basically means like the amount of pressure that you apply. You know what I mean? Like, you can apply a little pressure on the, look, see, he done dozed off on me. But you could apply a little pressure on the skin when you're sliding the razor. You could burn the skin, you could cut the skin, leave a mark on the skin. So that's for always practice skin temperaments. All right, so right here in this section, I'm back at cleaning up this afro. Getting around the edges, taking off all the wild hairs, making sure we get this thing nice and even. He's sleep but not sleep, kind of dozed off. I'm not sure, but you know, we got him clean as he need to be though. You know what I'm saying? So as I'm going around, looking at the corners, the texture, the depth of the fade, the entire fade, and like I said, he's sleeping. He knocked out, man. He ready to go. Look at him. Anyways, so we're gonna throw this sponge on here because we ain't leaving out with the crispy clean, you know, old school look. We got this new school sponge style, so I'm curl him right on up. You know what I'm saying? As he fight through his sleep and try to get him up out of here. You feel me? Yeah. But I roll that sponge because, man, listen here. Sometimes it depending on the hair texture, once again, you know, the curls can be, you know, a little tight or it can be a lot of tight. And I prefer a tighter curl because I feel like it gives more shine to the style of the haircut. You know, all haircuts don't have to look like that, but this particular texture, I want to see the actual curls pop out to complement the hairline and the haircut as well. You know, so here I'm gonna go back over this line before we get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? Just do a little minor touch-ups. Make sure nothing's sticking over the line. Make sure everything nice and sharp. And this, like I said, man, hey, this is no enhancement at all. This is an all-natural lineup. Only thing I used was the pencil to enhance the line so you can see all my angles. I want you to see, make sure that this line is just correct. Cause I'm looking for it to be correct just as much as you looking for it to be correct. Sometimes, and that's probably the main point for me to use the pencil. I can cut hair. I don't need them pencils. That line was crispy before that pencil went on there. That's all I'm trying to say. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you're doing right by that. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for watching this taper fade tutorial. I am SoSouth, and you can follow me at SoSouth Cuts, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, SaySouth.0.